Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio. Today we're coming to you from the First Baptist Church in New London, where they unite and inspire people to discover and celebrate the light of Christ in everyday life. Thank you for joining us. This week we'll visit with Charles Glidewell, the pastor of First Baptist Church, and New London Police Chief Amiee Cobb, telling us about their Faith in Blue initiative. Tim Blagden will join us from the Concord-Lake Sunapee Rail Trail Head for an update on their efforts. Katherine Nevins will give us a MainStreet Warner report. And we'll close with Amiee Tucker, the president of the Kearsarge Athletic Boosters. But first, these messages from the good local businesses that are still here for us during these challenging times. Remember, buying local is an important way to sustain the communities that we love and live in.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. With more frequent major weather events, don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome. I'm your host, Elizabeth D'Orazio, coming to you from the First Baptist Church right here in the center of New London. Today I'm joined by Charles Glidewell, the pastor here, and New London Police Chief Cobb as we talk about the Faith in Blue initiative. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to be here.
You know, right now in our country, there's a lot of debate and strife as to what is the definition of community policing. But I think in New London and small towns around here, I think you've got community policing nailed.
I hope so. You know, I hope that the people here in New London feel like they're safe and secure in the place that they choose to live, to work, and to enjoy recreational activities. So we enjoy a lot of support in town, for which we are very grateful and thankful.
One of the great things about small towns is typically you know everybody in town. Now we've had a lot of people move to New Hampshire, a lot of people immigrate out. So kind of the dynamic is changing even in the towns we know. So that's why it's important to have events like this Faith in Blue where you can get out in the community and put a face to the badge.
Yes, that's incredibly important to us so that folks feel like when they see a police car rolling down the street, it's not some sort of sense of fear or have I done something wrong. It's, oh, there's Emily, or oh, there's another member of the police department that they know because we're members of the community as well. We attend houses of worship here. Our children go to school here. So that's part's important to us.
Hey, I've been flagged down because my kid left the tailgate open. You know, like, you know, you're losing everything back there. Thank you. Yes. You might want to be pulled over fast. So Pastor, tell us, this was really, you know, you really saw an opportunity here for the faith community to engage and help out. Tell us what kind of brought you to the Faith in Blue initiative.
Yeah, so we were delighted to do this event, and I was actually approached by the chief and our very own pizza chef. Saw her in there one day talking about small communities, right? We saw each other at Pizza Chef.
Pizza, hey.
Getting lunch, exactly, getting lunch. And she said, hey, there's a Faith in Blue initiative that I think maybe we could be a part of, and I'd love to talk about doing something together. So I actually wrote that down on a slip of paper and on the pizza box, in fact, if memory serves me correct. And went back and Googled it. So Faith in Blue initiative is a national initiative.
Sure.
And there's an actual Faith in Blue weekend, which is October 8th through the 10th or 11th. And houses of worship all over the country partner with local police departments to hold events. And it's the idea is that local churches create an environment, a context where the community can come, local police officials can come, and they interact together at this event as not as police officer and citizen, but as neighbors and citizens, you know, who are a part of the same community. They share the same values, the same hopes, same dreams as their fellow citizens. That's right from the Faith in Blue website. And so they make it very user-friendly too. They have a number of events that you can put on. And I saw a barbecue.
Hey,
and
bingo.
we've got that down to a science here at our church. And I thought, well, why don't we do something like that? And then the more we talked about it and the more we planned, we decided to broaden it out and make sure that it was family-friendly. So that we had games for kids, various activities for people to be involved in. And so we were excited to do the event.
And I think one of the important things is when you decide to become a pastor or a police officer, it really is a call. You really feel called to serve your fellow man. And each of you are doing that in a very unique way. And you saw that this community, we can take that relationship a step farther. You know, we don't have to go down the rabbit hole of hate or ignorance. We can actually cut that off right now and maintain and improve that good relationship. So you and I were talking about before the interview that, you know, you live in town. Your kids, you know, are here. Tell us a little bit about that kind of community connection.
Yep, I live in a neighboring town to New London, and it's just so important to be able to see people and know people on a first name basis. So, you know, while I am the chief of police here, and I take that role very seriously, at the beginning and the end of the day, I'm Emily, or I'm mom, or I'm a wife or a daughter. So just like the folks in our community, you know, we all have different hats that we wear in our lives, and this is one of those that I wear. So it's really important to us to partner with the community and to be able to have those connections. So we were really excited to do it.
And I'm very glad that we were able to, you know, explain to the community why you had this event and why it's so important. So people have someone to turn to, whether it's a personal crisis. I mean, right now people are having struggles of economics. People are having all different kinds of mental health issues. To know that you can reach out to your pastor, you know, and he knows your police chief, or if you can reach out to your police chief or a fellow officer, if you see them like, look, I saw something with someone I knew, you know, and you guys can really then take that to the next level and get someone the help they need. Right. Understanding, you know, as Mr. Rogers said, find the helpers.
Right.
Right. So many of our problems that we face, challenges that we face as a nation, they're not going to be solved at the federal level. They can't be. They're going to be solved at the local level. And so that's why we were excited to do this event. As you said, rightly so, community policing in New London is terrific. You know, there are great community relations. This was just a way for us to be proactive and not take that for granted, and to keep that process going, keep it healthy, and be a part of the solution as local citizens and neighbors.
Well, I would like to thank both of you, Chief Cobb, Pastor Glidewell, and I'd like to thank everyone in our community as we come together and support our men and women in uniform and our local pastors to keep our communities safe and healthy. Thank you, Pastor Charles and Chief Cobb, and we are very glad that we were able to help promote the Faith in Blue event. When we come back, Tim Blagden tells us about the latest things happening on the rail trail.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Joining us now from the rail trail head in Concord is Tim Blagden. Tim, what's happening?
Hello, we're here at the 25 Fisherville Road parking area in Concord, which is the eastern end of a 2.5-mile section of rail trail that's under development. So you see behind me the first piece that we did on this project, which opened in June of 2020. And we did phase 2 this summer, got that on the ground in August of 2021. We are looking to do another piece before the snow flies that will get this project to its midpoint. Area will be identified in red. And then the fourth phase of this project is going to be done a little bit further out, and we're raising money for that section using New Hampshire Community Development Finance Authority tax credits. So a special appeal to you if you own a business in New Hampshire and pay the business profits tax or the business enterprise tax. This is a really smart way to support a nonprofit that you're aligned with, and it ends up costing much less than a standard donation. So for about $1,700 or less, you'd enable us to do $10,000 worth of trail building. Please contact us if you're a business and want to explore this. We can make it very easy for you and your accounting people to understand how this works. Since we last talked about a year and a half ago, there's been developments in multiple towns. We have the city of Concord here is looking at buying a piece of property between Pierce Manse and Smokestack Center. If you're a Concord resident, please do contact the city and express your support for the city's following through with that purchase. In Hopkinton, we're working to create a section of trail that will go from the library down to the center of Kentucky by the covered bridge. In Warner, we are working right now to extend the trails segment at Bagley Field toward the village for another half a mile. So we have permission to be on the land, and we will put out a call to action for volunteers to come help us with clearing brush this fall on that piece. And then further west in Bradford, we worked with the town and others to put in a TAP grant, a Transportation Alternatives grant. Unfortunately, the town was not awarded the grant, but the funders who were with us providing matching funds are staying with us. So they've issued a $60,000 challenge grant to us. They say their money is good. We can use that for match in projects in Bradford if we raise $60,000 to help go toward match in other towns. So it's a really exciting time for us. Additional projects, including one in Warner in the interstate median. That's one of our biggest challenges. How do we get from one side of the interstate to the other? If this is the first you've heard of the Concord-Lake Sunapee Rail Trail, this is an effort to stitch back together 34 miles of the old Concord and Claremont Railroad. It starts down in the center of Concord, comes up North State Street in Fisherville, turns west by Bog Road, goes out into Kentucky, up to Warner, into Bradford, and on to Newbury. So our tagline is ice cream every 45 minutes because we do go through a lot of town centers, and if you're ambling along on a bike, you'll come to another town center. We could have also said libraries every 45 minutes, but I bike for ice cream. So it's a big undertaking because a lot of this is private land, and so we ask trail users to be especially respectful of property that we don't have access to be on. And every time you're on the trail, if you're walking your dog, pick up after it. If you're on the trail, stay on the trail. These are all helpful actions that will enable us to get this project done. So thank you.
Thank you, Tim, for all you do to make these wonderful trails available for our family. When we come back, Katherine Nevins will tell us what's happening at the MainStreet Warner.
MainStreet Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, MainStreet Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. H.R. Clough installs water conditioning systems to purify your water and add life to your hot water heating system. Now is the perfect time for one of our expert staff to evaluate your needs. For a free estimate, call H.R. Clough today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome back. I'm Elizabeth DeRazio here at Yankee Chronicle. Right now we have Katherine Nevins from the MainStreet Warner Association telling us what's happening this fall.
Well, I wanted to welcome you back inside MainStreet Bookends, and we're so excited because here in the bookstore there have been local authors that have been very busy, and they have come out with some wonderful new books that I wanted to just try to tell you about and show you. I'm going to start off with Lynn Ray, who's one of my all-time favorite children's authors. She has been very busy. She lives over in Danbury, and she came out with 3 new books in just, I think, in 3 months' time. The first one is called Vroom Vroom, and you know, what child hasn't spent hours on the floor with their toy cars and trucks and played Vroom Vroom? So this is for every child that is immersed in doing that. House of Grass and Sky, absolutely beautiful book about an old house hoping and waiting for a new family to come and live and be in that house. And then I want to show you How to Have a Birthday. This one is a beautiful book to celebrate every child's birthday. What it means to have a birthday, how exciting it is, and to hold on to those memories. Beautiful book, 3 books by Lynn Ray. Can't tell you how much I love this woman's work. New England Roadside Ecology. This is a new book that just came out from Thomas Wessels, and people know him well. This is a great book about the ecology right here among us here in New Hampshire, and his books have always been very, very popular. So this is a brand new one to come out. This little book is just out from Mimi Wiggin. She's a very beloved artist that lives right here in Warner. She is talking about her work process, and she has a lot of illustrations through here, what it means, what these various paintings have meant to her, her artistic life. Wonderful, wonderful little book that just came out. I just wanted to mention Native Trees for Northeast Landscapes. This is actually coming out of Maine, but it is our trees right here and how we can identify them and care for them right here. Dear L.R. Berger, she has a brand new book that has come out called Indebted to Wind. This is her newest book of poetry. She released the book here at the bookstore about 2 months ago. Huge success, and very excited to have a new book from L.R. Alice B. Fogel. Alice was our New Hampshire State Poet Laureate for a number of years, and she has a new book that has just come out of her poetry, Nothing But. And this is another beautiful book to get your hands on. I also wanted to tell you about Sarah Anderson. She and her husband Ben actually run the Word Barn over in Exeter, a wonderful venue for live performance, music and theater and word. And she is a poet with her own book that just came out called We Hold On to What We Can. Beautiful book, a woman talking about her life coming up and what it's like to be raising children right now. And then we're very excited about A Deep Presence. This is by Robert Goodby, Our History Right Here, the 13,000 years of our Native American history. This book, long time waiting for this one to come out, and we're very excited to have this here. Also, I want to mention Amiee McKechnie. She lives over in Andover, and she has a brand new YA young adult book called 10,000 Tries. When you're thinking about what you want to read, think about supporting our local authors. They are so prolific, and they're coming out with absolute magnificent books. So while you're here visiting Warner, I wanted to mention that we're very excited to have a brand new restaurant right across the street. It's called The Kitchen. And from what I hear, the food is over the top. And we're very excited to have that bustling across the street again. And when you come to Warner, you want to check out, there's a wonderful large mural on the building that used to house the local. There's a new restaurant coming there as well. And if you go to the mural, it's the history of Warner. So we're very excited that just got revealed. So there's so much that we'd love to show you here, and if you want more information, just go to our website. We're available pretty much 24/7. If you want to email us or call us, we always get the messages. So check us out and come down when you can.
Thank you, Katherine. It's always a great time there at Main Street Bookends, and with everyone helping to make MainStreet Warner a vibrant community. When we come back, Amiee Tucker of the Kearsarge Athletic Boosters will tell us what's happening.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more. Now is the time to have a highly trained H.R. Clough technician perform an annual maintenance and inspection of your gas or oil system to help you avoid a failure in the dead of winter. Call now to set up an appointment. Call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
MainStreet Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick Must-See Bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
And now Amiee Tucker of the Kearsarge Athletic Boosters will join us.
So the Kearsarge Athletic Booster Club is responsible for helping all the teams here at the high school. I believe right now we have close to 30 teams and clubs. And so we are helping the athletic department provide a more complete program for all of our student athletes, and we are a small group of people, and the Booster Club is actually a 501c3 organization, so nonprofit, and really our main priorities, if we can do nothing else, is to provide scholarships to graduating seniors and to put on, if I do say so, a really nice athletic banquet at the end of the year for to help celebrate our student athletes here. We have decided, the board of directors have decided that we provide a set amount of money for each team. So if they are a championship team, then up to $50 per kid on the team, we can give them to help with either state jackets or sweatshirts or whatever it is that they might want to do to celebrate that. So we give money toward a state championship something to help them celebrate. Well, thankfully, we actually really live in a very generous community. We have had a great relationship with the surrounding towns, and the small businesses here have just been absolutely wonderful. So we also try to get like some community members involved too. So this year was a little different, because of COVID protocols, but our fall pep rally and homecoming, we always have events for the younger kids to come and be announced on the field with the older kids for the parade of athletes. We provide fireworks for everybody that weekend. We ask, we have different participation opportunities for people in the community and business. So November 4th, we're actually coordinating with Bubba at Bubba's Bar and Grill, and he is doing like a Thursday's Child kind of thing for us. So a percentage of proceeds will go back to the Booster Club. So come on in to Bubba's and eat a good meal and have some fun, and also support our Booster Club. So it's things like that we try to do throughout the year as well. So if businesses want to participate, they can absolutely contact myself, Amiee Tucker. My email is aytucker@yahoo.com. They can also call the school and get a hold of Scott Fitzgerald, our athletic director, who can then put us in touch as well. There's lots of different opportunities. Soon, this spring, we're gonna hope to have a booster ball, so dancing and music, and cross our fingers that can happen. In December, we've coordinated with Spring Ledge Farm, who are providing us with beautiful poinsettias, and so we're going to be selling those and at different locations around town. So lots of different ways. If you want to do a donation, if you wanted to sponsor a table at our booster ball, if you wanted to help pay for one of our team banners that's new this year that we're doing, lots of different ways to help and get a little advertising for your business as well. Unfortunately, I'm sure everybody's seeing this, right? Like the cost of everything is increasing, and it includes food costs. So as a way to help, if you guys community member wanted to donate some Gatorade or a case of water or some microwave popcorn or just a donation that we could use to buy food for the snack shack. We also do the indoor snack shack during winter seasons as well. So it's a year-round kind of thing, and we'll be back in the spring outside. So there's lots of ways if you wanted to jump in the snack shack and, sell some soda and some water. Like, we're always looking for people to do that. Our winter season is fast approaching, so we'll be looking for volunteers to sell water and Gatorade inside. Lots of different ways that people can get involved. So any kind of help, any kind of volunteerism, we are happy to have you. So if anybody has any interest, any questions, some fundraising suggestions, please email me. Always happy to hear feedback and to have community support. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Amiee, and thank you to all the individuals and local businesses that support our children and their extracurricular activities. Next week, we'll be back here at the First Baptist Church in New London. Jean Connolly will prime us for this year's arts auction and more. Meg Cowan will be on to promote the Halloween Masquerade Dance. Tune into our live football game of the week on Friday night at 6:52 as the Lebanon Raiders host the Hopkinton Redhawks. All of our games are replayed on WYCX on Sunday and Monday at noon and 5 p.m. and anytime on demand at ycnnow.com. Join us again next week at the same time for another round of who, what, where, and when of the Lake Sunapee, Dartmouth region. I'm Elizabeth D'Orazio. Stay safe, everyone.